Hey, give me a second, guys. I need to go get some more pencils, so give me a second. Take it. Where is it? All right, time to pick the reference. I should have already picked it out, but you know what? Pick it out. Right. We'll see what I can do. It's been a while since I've drawn. Okay.
This one is definitely not one of those things. With interviews, it's not even an interview. The questions are for your pedophile. Why? I also like hot girls, but if they're 17, it's like, you're hot. Oh, do that. What are you fucking talking about? Like, just answer straight. You know, not this. That's my good thing. But I don't know if they even get law enforcement involved. If you take their word for it, they do. But I don't know. I don't know enough about them, so I couldn't tell you yes or no. I would hope so. But if they went through all this effort, did a full investigation, and didn't give it to authorities, they should also be at some level responsible for like endangering minors to allow someone like that to continue doing this. So I would think that it would go to law enforcement at some point. And for this is the first time it's happened before. Right. And there was more than one minor. Holy shit. Hey, I was stimulated and abused by this guy. Continue more.
Okay, let's get started on this. Let's start it. Okay.
This is unreal. Seeing this really makes me appreciate Chris Hansen's work even more. I guess I never enough to know reason there's saying nothing. They're not actually interviewing him.
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm sorry. It's been it's been hard for me to draw, so
What you counted them like Pokemon cards? Three charges, collecting them all. Well, this is like an actual question. This is actually hitting him with something. Actually something. Come on, let me see where this goes. This guy's like only. I mean, you get that guy in the one Game of Thrones walking up the bells, shame. Well, yeah, he needs to get picked up. What are you panicking for? He's clearly calling a friend to get the fuck out of there. He's trying to get extracted from the mission. Okay, please quick. He's calling.
backup.
Looks like he's calling some backup. So he should subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. We have 10 reviewers at the whole time. I knew there was going to be a subscriber call to action. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay. So that was a lot worse than I thought. He got fucking blasted. Yeah. The investigation, I think, was a very good thing done by very bad people. I did also see this one. The things this guy says are really bad. It's just all kinds of horrible shit from this guy. And a lot of people know to me, but not everyone. I don't think this guy should be gaining so many subs for this shit. He did a good thing, and he tried to get money off it and capitalize on it. Constantly calling for subscribe actions, refusing to post a video until it has full ads. So, I think the guy sucks, but what he did was good. And when he's talking to this guy in particular, he keeps talking about how. So, I'll break it down. The guy here is suicidal. He gets caught, he starts talking about how he's suicidal, he's tried to kill himself a couple of times. And in response, this guy says, "You can't kill yourself because that'd be a hate crime. What are you, some kind of Jewish Nazi?" And he just keeps saying that for like 5 minutes. Like that's his whole routine about why this guy shouldn't kill himself because he's Jewish. It's horrible. Actually, before finishing this up, I do want to look at one more thing. They claim that we've done this before and we kind of spoke to had. I want to see that. Okay. Let me just tell you why I doubt that these guys actually care and they're doing this for a good cause. Just go onto their website. This is the first thing. Before you get anything else, you get payment plans. This is fucked up. So now where can I find out their track record? Have they actually gotten bad people off of the streets? Or do I have to pay to get that information? Holy shit. Making merch.
I need to get some water.
That's so weird. What does that merch even consist of? Can it be like one of those like cool dad shirts, like I'm a veteran, I didn't fight in wars for you to look at my daughter, I'll put you in the ground. It's gonna be like one of those. I hunt pedophiles for views on YouTube. Or for money. At least anxiety work. I do know the channel. At least I actually want to do something good. And being successful is just that came with it as a return for it. Like this guy's anxiety work is handled. But what I'm saying is at least they seem to be in it for a good reason. And there's also no information on the site except for buying. I just wanted to know, do they have any proof that their investigations and this content they've made has actually gotten anyone arrested, put away off the streets, anything. A lot of you said that they did. So I'm just wondering where you found that information. But who wouldn't want to walk around with a shirt that says Predator Poacher Hunters Club? That'd be pretty cool. So the first thing that comes up when I look this up, vigilante investigation creates issues for prosecuting cases. Talking about the predator poachers. Wonderful. There's not a lot that the police can do to sanitize a bad investigation from a legal perspective. So they actively made it difficult to prosecute pedophiles. They're doing the opposite of helping. Yes, here's the main difference. Something I talk about. Things like to catch a predator is done in collaboration with the law enforcement. So it's done in the right way so that they can actually face legal ramifications. Oh, here's a positive one. I don't know if this is the same group because the guy was kind of asked to be uncredited, unnamed, which does not sound like a predator poacher guy at all. But a vigilante predator hunter got 2 people arrested, and one of the charges stuck. I don't think it's the same group though, because the guy explicitly asked to not be named, whereas this guy wants all of the limelight possible for as much money as possible. So I don't even know if that's the same guy. But if it is, something has really changed along the way. That was in March of last year. Yeah, the benefit here is, as opposed to the other ones, EDP was a public figure that was preying on children. So even if he doesn't get any legal charges, which I think the evidence is there that should work, even if he doesn't, he's now lost the platform where he was preying on kids. So that in and of itself is a good thing. I would normally agree with that about it, but the thing is he was using his public platform to prey on people. So he should be publicly shown in this light, that way people can avoid him. I think that is very much the right way to handle it. This case in particular to make it all public. I don't think anyone's sympathizing with the predator. It's really just a matter of the person who caught the predator is so unlikable that you can't help but mention it when talking about the story. I really don't think there's anyone on EDP's side. Everything he said and did is deplorable. But when you have the guy who caught the predator saying, like, quickly get here, he's calling for backup, you can't help but be like, holy shit, not only is the pedophile evil, but this guy is also evil. You know what I mean? It's hard to just focus on one guy and then both bad.
I'm trying my best, guys, okay?
It's time once again for me to hop in.
Right and left and give me my diamonds.
With the EDP 445 situation. Last week I made a whole video going over everything I was putting my cock into every briefcase full of information I could find. And now today, only a week later, a lot more has happened. There's a lot of things that I'd like to follow up on and kind of update because I streamed all of this, and if you missed the stream, you fucked up, big mistake, you're missing out. And so when I did that, it was still like a developing story, and now we're reaching like the conclusion here, the end of the manga. So I just wanted to go over this because it is a crazy story. The EDP 445 situation is like going to a water park, but all of the water has been exchanged for sewage instead. It's fucking gross and yucky, but it's also kind of a wild ride. Before I get into it, though, there's something I want to mention. It's unrelated to all this. Today I'm doing a big charity stream for a charity I'm very passionate about called Cure Rare Disease. It's going to be a massive art stream, so if you want to see more masterpieces like this being made for charity, please tune in. It's at twitch.tv/moistcritical. It'll be going on when this video goes up, and will be happening for most of the night, so please feel free to stop by. The link's in the description. I'll just hit you real quick with a brief plot summary here. EDP445 was a massive YouTuber who got Chris Hansen by another group online called Predator Poachers. It pretended to be a 13-year-old girl who hit up EDP, and then the conversation got all sexual. And eventually, they got him to try and meet with a 13-year-old girl, and that's when they really caught him in 4K. And there's a lot more to it, obviously. Like, there's even an entire saga here in the anime where EDP sent pictures of his shit, his actual shit in a toilet bowl. He sent pictures of that to the 13-year-old girl. Not that that's like super crucial in the story or anything. Like, you know, the FBI is not going to see those shit pictures and be like, well, we fucking got him now. You know, we weren't going to press charges till we saw this awful loaf of shit in the toilet. But it's something that I find to just be so weird and wacky that I can't help but mention it every time I hear or talk about the EDP story. Because I've never even heard of someone, you know, sending shit pics. He also does send dick pics too. You may find a meta, but the shit pics was truly something innovative. But anyway, that's basically just the story. The YouTuber gets Chris Hansen and gets caught as a pedophile in a sting operation here by the Predator Poachers. And in most cases, you would expect the person behind this to be someone good looking to do something great for the community, like they did a great act catching a bad person. So you'd expect most people to be patting them on the back, you know, patting them on the ass, telling them good game. But you can't really do that for the guy behind Predator Poachers. His name is Alex. And since this big bust, a lot has come out about Alex. It's a lot of awful fucking shit. Half of it I can't even begin to show on YouTube because it is really deplorable stuff. Basically what happened is the Spider-Man meme where both Spider-Men are pointing at each other, but in real life. It was like a cliche scene from an action movie right before the villain dies. He's like, I'm taking you with me. That's what happened. So they bust EDP, but then Alex gets busted as well. Tons of clips surfaced from Alex where he was being extremely racist, dropping the N-word, hard R, homophobia. He was being really creepy to a decoy, asking them to do stuff for him, claiming it was a predator asking. It was really unsettling, disturbing, gross shit. He'd also make jokes about having children in his basement that he fucks. Like, he was a weird, gross fucking guy. And since all of this came out and the story blew up, EDP445 has been banned off YouTube, and Chet Goldstein has been banned off YouTube. Chet Goldstein was the channel that Alex would use for Predator Poachers for all of the content, and it's unclear whether or not he was banned for all the racism that was on the channel, or really what he was banned for. If I had to spitball a guess, it would probably be all of the fucking racist shit that came out, and a lot of it was on the Chet Goldstein channel. That would be my guess. But I know when I mentioned this during the initial video, a lot of people were mad at me for saying, just because the guy behind it's a bad guy doesn't discredit the investigation or the work. And I never said it did. You're just actual stupid brain to think that because this guy is bad, I am now all of a sudden defending EDP. Nobody's doing that. EDP's bad, and so are the people behind it. It was a good thing done by shitty people. It happens. You can still point out the shitty people while still acknowledging the good thing. I don't know why all of a sudden that was controversial to say. And it's still controversial. Like, when people point out how awful the person Chet Goldstein was, people often get met with angry comments saying, who cares? Doesn't matter. Being racist isn't as bad as being a pedophile. But I mean, they're both bad, so you can still point them out as bad. Like, you just fucking dumb. Anyway, let me show you some of the clips, because people were also downplaying the severity of how awful this Chet Goldstein Alex guy was. So let me just show you. Highly censored, though, because this kind of shit is awful.
Dude, you can't say fucking live stream. It's, dude, you're gonna get offended and report us. What the fuck is wrong with you?
This guy said racist free.
Where are you live?
Yeah. Probably a fucking angry something. I don't want to do. What the fuck is I have a 3-year-old in my basement that's like lacking vitamin D. My provider was plenty of D. It's not a vitamin card. Oh, really? Well, I was tired of being a virgin, so what the fuck? Yeah. Fuck. Oh, yeah. That's so people. Yeah, the guy fucking sucks ass. Like, but he's not a good person. He did a good thing, but he's not a good person. You can point out the good thing and also point out that the person is bad. It's not one or the other. It can be both. EDP's bad. That Goldstein, Alex, Predator Pushes Alex is bad. There is one thing I'd also like to set the record straight on. The guy that was with Alex when they busted EDP on camera, the guy last, he is associated with Alex. That is a completely different person named CC Unit. He is not like affiliated with Alex and his shit. He doesn't like sign off on from everything I've seen from the guy. He just happened to collaborate with him on this case, and unfortunately, like a foot of potty being wrapped back and forth, got caught in the crossfire shit. Which is unfortunate because, I mean, he's probably a good guy. He probably has good intentions. He's been doing this for a lot of years, from what I can tell. Whereas Alex was just looking to capitalize and make money on it. He was pumping merch through it. When he went to the website, all it was payment plans for like Predator culture merch, and him saying he'll come to your
Oh, hello everybody. My name is Markiplier. Alright, okay, look. I don't hate Markiplier at all. But, oh my, he's such a good person. I don't know why I was going with that, but to be honest, he is a really good YouTuber. I mean, a guy with over 30 million subscribers should be called a good YouTuber anyway.
This is a never-ending adventure here. The biggest development, the authorities getting involved in saying that they are going to look into the case. But they also acknowledge that it could be a bit difficult given that this is not a very well-conducted investigation by people that are less than professional, which is a remarkable understatement. Calling Alex less than professional is like calling a shotgun blast to the chest a minor boo-boo. It just doesn't really do it justice. It doesn't really capture the magnitude of the statement. In the initial video, I showed you a couple different examples. One where the Predator poachers made it much more difficult for authorities to move in and actually apprehend a pedophile. They said that the investigation was so bad that they couldn't really sanitize it and use it, and it just made it a lot harder for them to actually get charges against the Predator. So we've seen examples where the vigilante Predator, in the same video, I also showed you an example where they were successful and helpful in getting a Predator put away for at least a small length of time. So there's really no way to know where this is going to fall. If it's going to be like this investigation just fucked the case in the ass and now all of a sudden EDP isn't going to face any charges, or if this is actually helpful to the case. Overall, like I said in the last video, I think them going public with it isn't inherently a bad thing. Even if they were just trying to use this as like a spectacle for views and money, bringing it to the public eye was probably the right call regardless, because he was a public figure with a public platform, using that platform to prey on kids. So coming public and getting that platform originally absolutely was the right call to combat it in this case in particular. But whether or not that's going to make it harder for authorities to actually put him in jail is what we're going to have to wait to find out. All I know for sure is there are no heroes in this story, but there was a good act done by a bad person. And what a fucking crazy weekend YouTubers did with all this shit. Actually, probably one of the wildest things I've seen on the platform. And yeah, I just wanted to do a little follow-up to it. I don't know if you'll
Hey guys, give me a second, I need to pause this. Where's the pause button?
Him and the authorities. It probably won't be any more like public drama stuff on TV, but who knows? Anyway, I just wanted to follow this.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Well,
The title's not clickbait. EDP 445, the world's biggest cupcake enthusiast, is back. I'm sure you don't need a more update on who this is. I think his story is more well known than the Bible at this point, but I'll just give you a brief Cliff Notes version anyway. Jack Pussy 445 was a massive YouTuber, and last year was outed as a predator and was caught red-handed on his way to meet with a child with what he thought was a alien style. And they brought this to him like, why are you going to meet this child? You know, they knew he was going to meet this child for relations.
Sorry guys, I have to stop now.
Decided to catch a predator, and his defense was, no, I wasn't going to do anything sexual with the kid. I was just here for a couple